Chapter 2, Resources of the World: Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife. Natural resources are crucial for the economic development of a region or a country. Distribution of resources throughout the world is highly uneven. Even the distribution of land, water, and air varies from place to place. The concentration of people in the world is determined by the nature of land, climate, soil, water, and other natural resources. All parts of the earth are not conducive to human settlement. Land, an important resource. Land is the most important natural resource for man, as he lives on it and all his needs are fulfilled by it. A glance at the globe reveals that land covers only 29% of the Earth's surface. 71% is covered by water bodies. Land area supports 6 billion people of the world, but its distribution is highly uneven. Land consists of different landforms like mountains, plateaus, and plains. Generally, plains and fertile river valleys support a large number of people, as it is suitable for farming. In contrast, rugged mountains, thick forests, sandy deserts, snow-covered areas, and low-lying areas have sparse population due to tough and unfavorable conditions as well as topography. 90% of the world's total human population live in just 30% of the world's land area. The rest of the area is either sparsely populated or uninhabited. Land use pattern. Land has varied uses. Generally, the land is used by man for agriculture, forests, construction of houses, roads, and railways, grasslands, mining, etc., and is termed as land use pattern. The land use pattern depends on physical factors like relief and slope of land, climate, and soil. Besides these, some human factors like population density, needs and aspirations of the people, development of technology, and costs also influence the land use pattern in an area. The use of land changes with time and from place to place. The growing population has created an ever-increasing demand for land for agriculture, housing, industries, transport, etc. The land cannot be increased with the increase in population. This has resulted in encroachment of common land to construct shopping complexes, houses, etc. in urban areas and the agricultural land in rural areas. Human activities like deforestation and overgrazing, mining and construction are responsible for degradation of land, leading to soil erosion, desertification, landslides, etc. Comparative data land use pattern. India is a large country with a dense population. Land is needed to produce food crops for human beings and raw materials for industries. According to the latest data available, the land use pattern in India is as under: net sown area 46%, area sown more than once 15%, forested area 22.5%, permanent pastures 7%, cultivable wasteland 6.5%, not available for cultivation 15%. Proper land use planning is essential for optimum utilization of land. Planting of trees, controlling deforestation and overgrazing, reclamation of land, less use of fertilizers and insecticides, proper discharge of industrial effluents after treatment, and proper management of wastelands are some of the measures for conservation of land. Soil. Importance as a resource. Soil is defined as the loose material consisting of organic and inorganic substances covering the topmost layer of the earth. Soil is an important and prime resource as we obtain everything directly or indirectly from it. It is indispensable as it provides the medium for plant growth. Soil provides food, shelter, clothing, etc. If the combination of minerals and humus is well balanced, then the soil is considered to be well balanced. Factors of soil formation. Soil is formed by the weathering of rocks, which takes place over millions of years. Hence, soil formation is a slow process. Soil formation takes place in different layers, namely topsoil, subsoil, partly weathered rock, and parent rock or bedrock. The topsoil is rich in humus and supports all types of vegetation. Subsoil consists of sand, silt, clay, and holds moisture. Factors responsible for soil formation. Soil formation depends upon several factors like the nature of parent rock, the topography, the climate, types of vegetation, animals, and time. Number one, the parent rock determines the color, the texture, and mineral composition. Number two, climate controls the rate of weathering. Time decides the maturity of soil. Number three, plants and animals contribute to humus formation, and the relief of the land determines the accumulation of soil. Soil horizons. Soil has many layers or horizons. Soil profile refers to different layers of soil. They are topsoil, subsoil, partly withered rock or substratum, and bedrock or parent rock. Topsoil. It refers to the uppermost layer of soil formation, which is rich in humus and minerals. It is a medium that supports all types of plant life. It consists of sand, silt, and clay. Subsoil. It lies below the topsoil, which supports moisture. It consists of weathered rock, silt, clay, and some nutrients. Partly weathered rock or substratum lies below the subsoil. Bedrock or parent rock forms the bottommost layer of the soil profile. It consists of a solid layer of unweathered rock. Soil types. The soils are classified on the basis of color, texture, fertility, mineral content, etc. 6 types of soils: alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soils, laterite soil, desert soil, and mountain soil are found in India. Alluvial soils are formed by the deposition of sediments brought down by rivers. They are very fertile. In fact, the alluvial soil is the most fertile soil in the world. It is mainly confined to the northern plains and the coastal plains of India and are classified as Khadar or younger alluvium and Bangar or older alluvium. Khadar is found along the course of rivers while Bangar is found away from the rivers. Alluvial soil is suitable for the cultivation of food crops. Black soils are formed from the withering of igneous rocks. They are found in the northwestern parts of Peninsular Plateau, especially in the states of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and parts of Andhra Pradesh. Cotton grows best in this soil. That is why this soil is also known as cotton soil. It is clayey in nature and expands when wet, but develops cracks when dry. Red and yellow soils are derived from the weathering of igneous and metamorphic rocks. They are confined to the southern and eastern parts of the peninsular plateau and are rich in iron compounds. With the addition of manure and fertilizers, maize, pulses, and millets can be cultivated. Laterite soils are formed by intense leaching in the tropical regions due to heavy rainfall. This soil is found on the ghats, where some crops can be grown with the application of manure and fertilizers. Desert soils are found in Rajasthan, Thar Desert, and Gujarat. They lack moisture and humus and are less fertile. It is only with the help of irrigation that crops can grow on this type of soil. Mountainous soils are found in the Himalayan region and on the hill slopes with forest vegetation. This soil is formed due to the decaying of the organic matter, which makes the soil rich in humus, but it is less fertile. Soil erosion and conservation. Erosion and depletion of the soil are the two major problems associated with soil resources. There are many natural factors like work of running water and wind which results in the degradation of the soil. Human factors like deforestation, overgrazing, mining, construction, urbanization, excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides have resulted in the degradation of the soil on a large scale. Soil is the most important natural resource for a man, as he is directly or indirectly dependent on it. Soil needs to be conserved for sustained productivity of food grains. We need to protect the soil from extensive erosion, as the formation of soil is a slow process. Methods of soil conservation. Number 1, afforestation. Planting of trees on wastelands and denuded lands is helpful in the preservation of the topsoil. Number 2, contour plowing. Cultivation along the contour lines of the slope instead of up and down reduces the force of running water down the hills and checks soil erosion. Number 3, terrace farming. Cutting down of hill slopes into terraces or steps retards the flow of running water and results in the conservation of the topsoil. Number 4, crop rotation. Successive rotation of crops in agricultural lands helps to protect the soil. Leguminous crops are grown in rotation with other crops to retain the fertility of the soil. Number 5, construction of shelter belts. Along the coastal regions and arid dry regions, growing of trees in rows restricts the force of wind and protects the soil layer. Number 6, other methods. Besides, there are other methods like strip cropping, bunding, fallow fields, use of chemical fertilizers, plugging of gullies, control of deforestation, and overgrazing. Water. Our planet is also called the watery planet or blue planet, as it has abundance of water which is found in solid, liquid, and gaseous forms. Water is a renewable resource. It gets renewed through the process of the hydrological cycle. The distribution of water on the earth is highly uneven. 97% of the water on the earth is found in oceans and seas. 2% in the form of ice sheets in the polar regions, and 1% in the form of fresh water. The two sources of fresh water available on the earth are the surface water in the form of rivers, streams, and groundwater, which is available through the seepage of water below the ground. Hence, the availability of fresh water on the earth is of great significance to man. Distribution of water: 97% ocean and seas, 2% ice sheets in polar regions, 1% fresh water. Surface water: rivers, streams. Groundwater: seepage of rainwater. Reasons for shortage of fresh water. Man uses water not only for drinking, cooking, washing, bathing, etc., but also for the other activities like agriculture, industry, generation of hydroelectricity, navigation, etc. Due to overpopulation, industrialization, and urbanization, the consumption of water has increased manifold. Increased agricultural production to meet the growing needs of the population, modern lifestyle of the people, and greater use of electricity in industries has resulted in water scarcity in many parts of the world. Above all, the pollution of water bodies is due to irresponsible and reckless attitude of mankind. This has reduced the availability of fresh water for human consumption. Water scarcity is prevalent in many regions of the world, namely African countries, West Asia, South Asia, Western USA, and Australia, which are facing acute shortage of water. Regions of low rainfall are drought prone and face the problems of water scarcity. The seasonal and annual variation in precipitation, uneven distribution, over exploitation, misuse, and wastage of water are some of the causes of water scarcity. Though water is a renewable resource, yet its unequal accessibility to different social groups makes water scarcity a major problem in the world today. The quality of water is affected by the discharge of industrial effluents in water bodies without treatment, use of fertilizers and pesticides in agricultural fields, and discharge of urban waste are the major sources of water pollution. Major steps taken to conserve water. Some of these steps that could be taken to conserve water are: number one, treating of industrial effluents by different physical, chemical, and biological methods before discharging them into the river. Number two, excess rainwater should be stored by raising the water table through rainwater harvesting. Number three, by planting more trees to allow seepage of water and raising the level of the water table. Number four, recycling of water and reusing it for different purposes. Number five, using of sprinklers or drip irrigation in areas where there is an acute shortage of water. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation refers to the original vegetation of an area grown under a particular climatic condition without human assistance or interference. The vegetation on the earth generally consists of forests, grasslands, or thorns and scrubs. Depending on the amount of rainfall, the areas of high rainfall are covered with forests. The areas of moderate rainfall are covered with grasslands. And the areas of low rainfall have thorns and scrubs. The distribution of vegetation varies with latitude as well. As we move from the equator to the poles, there is a general decrease in the vegetation as the climate varies from place to place. Importance of vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife are considered as the most important natural resources of a country. Plants provide us with fruits, nuts, timber, firewood, wood pulp, raisins, medicinal herbs, gum, and a home to wildlife. These control global warming, bring rainfall, prevent soil erosion, control floods and droughts, and ensure a livelihood for a large number of tribal communities and forest dwellers. Forests and wildlife play a vital role in maintaining the ecological balance and survival of all forms of life. Thus, they are of great significance to man. Wildlife refers to the animals, birds, insects, worms, as well as aquatic animals. Animals also provide us with milk, meat, eggs, honey, fur, feather, hides and skins, etc. They are used for plowing and as a beast of burden carrying goods from one place to another. The dead remains of plants and animals get decomposed into humus, which makes the soil fertile. Animals depend on plants for their growth and survival. Both plants and animals are interdependent. There is a relationship between plants, animals, and the physical environment, which is called the ecosystem. Survival of man depends on plants and animals. Hence, it is necessary for man to preserve the ecosystem. Thus, plants and animals are necessary for maintaining the ecological balance on Earth. Vegetation. Distribution of vegetation. Relief and climate control the growth of vegetation in an area. The temperature and availability of moisture bring about variation in vegetation from place to place. Areas of high rainfall support dense vegetation, where the trees are generally tall and are of multiple species. In areas of moderate rainfall, trees are less tall with scattered growth, but the grasses grow well here. In areas of low rainfall, thorns and scrubs grow. Trees are short, stunted with thick barks, short oily leaves with spines, and deep roots to conserve the moisture. Areas which are snow covered consist of mosses and lichens. It is known as tundra vegetation. Types of forests. Forests are generally classified into evergreen and deciduous depending on when they shed their leaves. In evergreen forests, there is no common shedding of leaves in any particular season. In deciduous forests, all the trees shed their leaves in a particular season to conserve loss of moisture through transpiration. Depending on the latitude, deciduous forests are further classified into tropical and temperate. Difference between evergreen and deciduous forests. Evergreen forests. Number 1. The evergreen forests are found in the areas of heavy rainfall and abundant sunshine. Number 2. Trees in these forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously during any part of the year. Number 3. These forests are found on the eastern margins of the continents like South China, South Brazil, etc. Number 4. These forests consist of hardwood species like bamboo, rubber, sandalwood, rosewood, etc. Deciduous forests. Number 1. Deciduous forests are found in the moderate cool climate with moderate rainfall. Number 2. Trees in these forests shed their leaves in a particular season in order to conserve loss of moisture through transpiration. Number 3. These forests are found in subtropical regions of Asia, Central America, Brazil, etc. with a distinct dry season like monsoon. Number 4. In these forests, trees are generally deciduous and have broad leaves like oak, ash, cedar, fir, etc. Depletion of forests and wildlife. Today, the forests and wildlife are depleting very fast due to number 1, increase in population. Number 2, industrialization and urbanization. Number 3, large scale deforestation. Number 4, climatic changes and human activities like agriculture, mining, industries, construction, etc. Number 5, natural calamities like floods, forest fires, earthquakes, landslides, etc. Number 6, excessive hunting and killing of animals and birds. Number 7, illegal poaching and trading of animal products and their derivatives. All this has resulted in the loss of habitat for animals. Hence, the conservation of forests and wildlife is very essential. Some of the endangered species are tigers, elephants, rhinos, and the black buck. Conservation of forests and wildlife. In the recent years, our government has taken some major steps towards the conservation of forests and wildlife. Number 1, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and bioreserves have been set up all over the country. Number 2, special projects like the Project Tiger, Project Rhino, and Project Elephant have been taken up for the conservation of these species. Number 3, some organizations like SPCA, PETA, and WWF have come up to conserve the animals. Number 4, Van Mahotsav and World Wildlife Week are held to create awareness among the people of their conservation. Number 5, illegal hunting and killing of animals and birds have been banned by law. Number 6, the Wildlife Protection Act was passed in 1972, banning the use of animal products like pashmina shawl and shatu shawls, which are highly expensive. Conservation of forests and wildlife is the moral duty of every citizen, as they are the natural heritage of our country. At the school level, children should be encouraged to form eco clubs, organize debates, hold poster making competitions, and field trips to national parks, etc. It will help to create awareness among them about the environment and its delicate natural balance that needs to be conserved for a better future. Importance of natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation controls global warming, helps in causing rainfall, prevents soil erosion, controls floods and droughts, provides livelihood for tribals. Forests provide fruits, nuts, gum, medicinal herbs, raisins, etc. Provides home to wildlife. Wildlife provides humus and makes the soil fertile. Milk, meat, eggs. Honey, fur, hides and skin, etc. Animals are used as beasts of burden, food for other animals. Mitigation strategies. Watch posts have been set up at intervals in Canada to prevent forest fires. These posts are well equipped with modern firefighting equipment and efficient communication facilities. There should be timely detection of fires and air patrolling. Generating awareness among the people through proper training and mock drill programs to use fire extinguishers are being carried out regularly. Similar conscious efforts need to be made to ensure forest and wildlife conservation.